Sup, everybody? Matt Garska here. Should you learn traditional grip? Every jazz guy will tell you yes. They'll tell you it's a field thing. They'll tell you that it's the traditional way. But their right hand's not playing traditional. And that's, I guess, what would be my main point, is that I've never seen somebody play double traditional. It comes from, you have to understand the lineage of traditional. It comes from whenever they used to have drums at their waist. They had a strap for the drums, and they would be tilted, so they kind of had to play that way, or have their right arm way up here. But made more sense to have the stick like this, you know? And then in the advent of snare stands, people continued to put them on an angle like that. Even as in the early 1900s, whenever drums started being pieced together, it was kind of a remnant, a relic of the old ways. That's why traditional exists. No one said, hey, this seems like the more superior way to play. Whenever a kid picks up a pair of drumsticks, they're not going to hold it like this. They're going to hold it like this. You know, maybe that's a little crude of an example, but I think it's more natural, and I think that it keeps us from having to set up. I mean, look at guys who play traditional. They have to set up all their toms on an angle, angling down. They have to set up their snare on an angle. Cymbals, too, helps to have those at an angle. With match grip, you can have everything flat, you know? It just makes more sense, and you have more kit mobility. Yes, Vinnie Colaiuta, Dave Weckl, Steve Gadd, Virgil Donati, these guys have obviously done it, and they're masters at it. But the large majority of great drummers are match grip players, and the large majority of drummers are match grip players. If you're only going to play jazz, sure, play traditional. Make that choice. But, whenever you have to play rim shots, like, traditional's not a superior grip. Actually, it's inferior. I mean, even Dave Weckl, I remember I took a master class from him when I was like 16 or 17, and he had come to town and done a clinic, and he was like, I have messed up my hand playing traditional, trying to hit rim shots. And it's just not ideal to have your fingers crunched every time you're smacking a rim shot. So most cats these days, they have to play multiple styles of music. Therefore, it really serves them to play match grip. Here's another thing I'll say about traditional. I did it. When I was 14, 15, 16, 17, even 18, I was getting jazz teachers to teach me. And part of that is because I knew it was one of my weaknesses. It was like my main weakness. And I was trying to improve upon that. So I was trying to play traditional in that time period, and I think I kept on trying to do that through college a little bit. They definitely had me playing traditional and attempting to do all the stuff in the Ted Reed book, Syncopation, which is basically all these, left-hand patterns, a lot of times between the kick and the snare, underneath the swing beat or pattern, the swing ride pattern. And, hi-hat sometimes would get in there and read figures as well. So all that stuff, the transcriptions of Elvin Jones and Tony Williams and all these guys that I did, they'd have me do that traditional. I was reading out of the Omni book, which is Charlie Parker. It's a saxophone book, but Bob Galati was actually having me play those solos on the drums, which was it's a pretty cool idea. Still stayed with me till today, for sure. But point being, I definitely gave it a go, and what I realized is my left hand started getting better at doing certain things traditional. And, like, then I would go to try those match grip when I was doing other stuff, and it didn't really translate. And I was like, fuck, man, I really wish that I could transfer that stuff over. And then, like, there was other stuff that I would do with my left hand, and I'm like, yo, I'm really good at this. I wish I could do that when I'm trying to swing, incorporate that. It didn't work. There's not very good crossover. So that's my take. Take it or leave it. Don't do it is my personal opinion and my advice to you, unless you're just going to be a jazz cat and you've already kind of made the decision. Then go for it. You know, cats say, "Oh, it's got a sensitive feel." Yeah, whenever you've got a flat drum and you're hitting it at this angle, it's going to be a lot more sensitive because it's not direct. It's not a direct hit. It's going to be a different sound. So, in my opinion, it's kind of got like a very hollow tap to it. And it's not full bodied like it is whenever you hit the stick at the angle of the head. So, good luck, folks. If you're trying to play any other styles, don't even entertain it. There, I made it easy for you. If you guys are the type of drummers that love to improve, love to challenge yourself, and you're looking for quality material, then my website is definitely an immense resource for that. I've curated these lessons over the years. I still use this material. It's definitely foundational for me. So if you don't know already, go check it out.